I want to talk about a skill that you need to possess in order to make sure women can see you as a more masculine man. And this can work whether you're in public or you're around people that you've known socially for a while. If you want people to start changing their perspective of you and respect you more as a man that is masculine, then this one social trick will help you out a lot. So when you meet someone and you're in public, the first thing guys do that are, as a big mistake is they see a woman they're attracted to or attractive and they try to put off this happy guy mentality. He'll look something like this. You see a woman, you're like, she says, hey, and you're like, hey, how's it going? You kind of perk up because she might perk up, things like that. And women do that, and that's fine. But as a man, that's your first mistake. You got to stop doing that. Stop doing the perk up and raise your tone of your voice thing. Don't do it. Remember, men, we have Adam's apple. We have deeper voices naturally. Use your voice. Use your voice. So it proves, hey, I understand how to really get into my masculinity, use the energy from within to speak. And you can speak more from just your throat area. You're going to use your entire diaphragm, and you could look at other videos to learn how to use your diaphragm. So when you see a woman, instead of perking up and saying, hey, how are you? What I do, I keep my voice deep. I don't really smile unless I feel like I need to, and I don't do it extra smile. I do it as I feel very comfortable and natural. And I just keep my voice deep. So I'll say, hello, ma'am, I hope you're doing well. You see the difference there? That response comes off more like a man, and you can even make it gentle, like a gentleman as well. So you don't have to be afraid to say, oh, well, it doesn't seem like I'm polite if I don't raise my eyes and raise the tone of my voice. You're too scared about what they're going to think about you, which is the reason why men are more programmed to give you that, hey, how you doing? You don't have to do all that. Project your voice. Use more energy from inside, but you don't have to change all your facial expressions, all stuff, because a lot of times you're not that happy to be saying hey or whatever. Just put some energy behind it. Say, hey, good morning. I hope you're doing well today. And I messed it up, but you get what I'm saying. You say, hey, good morning. I hope you're doing well today, ma'am. That's it. That's it. Simple. Hey, I hope you're doing well today, ma'am. Let me get that door for you. Hold on for 1 second. Let me get that door. Versus, hey, how you doing? Hold on. Let me get the door for you. Doing all right today? You don't have to do that. Trust me. Go back and listen to the differences in this video. You probably hear it already. You need to start practicing saying that with women, saying things like that. When you speak, don't change your voice up, because think about it. It's almost the same as when you're talking to a guy or your guy friends. You don't always change it up for them. You don't change it up for them just to make it seem like you're more excited than what it is. Most communication between guys are very straightforward, and we're only excited when we're actually excited. So that's another point, is you really should keep yourself from trying to be excited when you see a woman that you're attracted to. So when you're in somewhere public and you see a woman you want to talk to, that's going to help you more actually by you controlling your emotions, so that way you can speak in a clear manner to this woman and treat her like a regular human being. When you're too excited about the woman, you're too attracted to the woman, you got so many thoughts running through your head. That's why you don't know what to say. That's why your energy's all off, where she doesn't even see you as a masculine man. She instantly sees you as a friend when you come up and you're like, hey, how you doing? If I come up to her and I'm talking like a man, she's going to kind of try to find out which frame do I fit in based on how I approached my initial conversation starter with her. So much that it's not even about what you say, as long as your tone of voice is right. It's more about how it comes off to her, how it sounds to her. So that's why I can say, hey, how you doing today, ma'am? Hey, I hope you're doing well today. So that's why I would make that other suggestion too. You heard how I changed, hey, how are you doing, to, hey, I hope you're doing well. I'm compounding a lot of strategies in one video as it comes to my head, because this is another thing I do. You got to use assertive talk as well. Along with your masculine voice, you're using assertive talk. And that's when you talk like in more straightforward sentences. You're saying in statements, not so many questions. when you ask questions, sometimes it can break up the flow of a conversation. And most people don't really care to tell you how they're doing anyway. That's why everybody gives like a default answer. Hey, I'm doing well. Hey, I'm doing great. And then they're responding back fake to you because you're just saying a robot greeting anyway. Hey, how are you doing is a robot greeting. So they're going to give you a robot response. Think about that when you talk to people. If you actually want to connect with someone when you talk, give them something that's from you, not something that everybody does in society. So I usually just go ahead and give them a statement. Hello, ma'am. I hope you're doing well today. I see you got the green beans there. Yeah, that looks like a good choice. I might get some of those myself. Let's just say we were at some bar, food bar or something, you know? I'm talking in a statement. I'm not asking her, oh, do you like green beans? Do you like green beans? Me too. I'll say, oh, those green beans you got look good. You're a smart woman. They taste really good. I've had them before. You know what? I'm thinking about getting them, but let me look around and see what they got. Or you can say, hey, you got the green beans. Next time you gotta get the chicken breast with it. You put that with some barbecue sauce. That's how you set the meal off. So you doing it all wrong. You just got the green beans. You messing the meal up. So you got to know you'll gain enough confidence over time as long as you remember to stay in your masculine energy where you're giving the woman suggestions, you're hyping her up. So that's how you can flirt with a masculine voice. You're not asking any questions. You hear how I said all those statements back to back. I didn't ask her any questions. So women like that, where they don't have to do much work to keep a conversation going. They don't have to listen to you talk a whole lot about yourself because I'm kind of bouncing it off of me and her. If you listen to what I was saying, I was talking about my recommendation for something that tastes good. Then I'm kind of poking little jabs at her, like harmless jokes. You got to make sure if you do make jokes, you want them to be harmless. You don't need to be where it's called negging, where it has to be like you're joking on something negative about the person. You can keep it fun and playful, and you can keep it very PG. It's just going to take you practice over time. So that's why I said, oh man, you got the green beans. I don't see any rice on your plate. I don't see any barbecue chicken. I don't understand how you're going to enjoy your food if you don't get those. You probably need to go back and get those because I've had it before and it turns the meal into a whole nother experience, if you know what I mean. Is she going to start laughing? Then you give her time to speak and you kind of play off of it from there and you keep going. Then that's where you can ask a question. He was like, well, I've never seen you eat here before. You this is your first time? And then you can joke. Obviously it is because I had to tell you what to get with your green beans. So I could probably teach you some other good things to choose from here as well. And you keep the conversation going. So I went off on a tangent on this one. I kind of went off into many different areas. But as you can see, I know how to converse with women and keep it fly, keep it fun. And you got to be flexible with your talk. And you notice that I can still maintain my masculine voice. You don't need to get too excited. You got to learn how to project your voice. I could make a ton of conversation videos. This should be easy and it should flow over time. But you do have to practice. You have to be willing to talk to people. And sometimes you may sound stupid. You may say something real quick with it and it don't land the way you thought. That's fine. But the number one rule to take from this is do not raise your voice. Do not raise it as far as pitch or tone. What you want to do is just deepen it. Deepen as much as you can. Do it even extra. Hey, how you doing, man? And you can add a little bit of closed smile. Hey, how you doing, man? And I don't know, that might not be a good one. I'm trying to focus on the camera while I'm looking at it. So you get the ideas. I'm not going to let this one last too long. But anyway, if you got questions or suggestions about what you like to do for yourself, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. I appreciate you watching.